Welcome to Cooking with Big Daddy at Mr. Queen's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some of this wonderful yummy meat over here. Some big old New York strips. And got our seasonings and whatnot all set up. And we're using, of course, our lovely George Foreman indoor-outdoor grill. So we're going to heat that thing up, let it warm up for about 5 minutes. Now this meat here is going to be for 2 big boys, but even us, we're not going to eat 2 of these each today. We're going to take 2 out and cook them, save the other 2 for our next big meal, whenever that is. Okay, we're coming up on about 5 minutes for warming up our grill. We got our 2 mighty big New York strips out here. And we've done our seasoning over here. And I'm doing what I saw online with other chefs. So I'm seasoning the cutting board, and we'll just roll the meat around in it. And we'll try something new. Thank you. And put a little steak sauce on there to slather versus oil, because I didn't have any olive oil like I thought I did. So we will take care of that part first. Just layer it on, give the seasoning stuff to stick on. Generally, I don't use steak sauce if your steak is good enough. It stands on its own. But trying something new today. Alright, now we're going to take this. Use our nice silicone tipped tongs and roll this over here. Same thing with this. Set this to the side and get it all up in there. There we go. Season it up. Okay, now it's getting ready to go on the grill. Oh, forgot to flip this one over. Get that all seasoned up. And just to do this all properly, once again, use these wonderful grills. And just look at that beautiful piece of meat. All right, here we go. On the grill, let's listen for that sizzle. That's what we want to hear. Yeah, look at that steam. Just a little bit coming off. Won't be any smoke. Hear that sizzle? Yeah, there we go. All right, I believe we're going to go for about 7 minutes here. Put the top on, and we'll check it. We'll be right back. By the way, while these things are continuing to cook, our seasonings for the first round was a mixture of just salt, pepper, some garlic powder, and a little bit of steak sauce in there to help hold everything together. Second time around, we'll add a few other things. I'd have preferred to have some sea salt and maybe some lemon pepper versus what I had, but hey, you got to make do with what you got. Also, one thing I note, I'm sure y'all can figure it out, but we are using our George Foreman outdoor grill indoors today, and not just indoors but tabletop. I'll be honest, I'm 6'5", and that little stand is just too short for me, so I love using it on the counter. It looks great, smells great, and we're ready to eat, so these will be done soon. Right, Peter?
Yep. 5.
Alright, I believe we are coming up on our 7 minutes, so let's check it out. By the way, when you lift this lid, be careful, because you could have a lot of steam coming up. With your left hand, move it to the left. Right, move it to the right. And yeah, look at all that steam. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. I tend to sit mine in the sink while I'm working. And look at that glorious meat, just a sizzling. Smells good, don't it? So it is now time to flip these bad boys. Try to minimize the flipping. So we're going to use our silicone tip to flip it. And there we go. Look at those beautiful, beautiful char marks. That's what you want. Just like Big Bubba Brian said. And let's flip this other one. And listen to it sizzle. I love it. Looking good. Okay. Now here is part 2 of our spice. Gonna add just a dash of Mrs. Dash garlic and herbs on both sides. And just a splash of some Italian herbs. I didn't have my number 1 choice. And then some minced onions just for a little bit of flavor. This is an experiment. We'll see how that works out, but it's not a lot, just a little bit. And we're going to put that cover back on for another, there we go, 7 minutes. So mark. While we're waiting for the second side to cook, I want to show off my Polar Pop Stays Cold Longer cup. I like these big mugs from 7-Eleven, but this one we got on our road trip to Florida, somewhere in one of the Carolinas, at a Circle K. Yep, Circle K. In any event, I like that it has a stainless steel layer on the outside, so it shouldn't crack too much if you drop it. It's got a rubbery grip on the bottom, so it stays put when you set it down. It's not going anywhere. Look at that welded grip. Still plastic on the inside, but it's only about that thin versus that thick. So hopefully it'll last a lot longer. We shall see. It has kept my stuff colder longer, so it's been a good cup so far. Anyway. Okay, I believe we have almost come to our cooking time, so let's take a look and see what we got. Ooh, look at that steam and moisture. Back over to the sink. And yes, the lid is hot, folks. Alright, that looks gorgeous. These are looking nice and good. Alright. So, let's lift them up, take a peek. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Love those grill marks. Perfect. So, now take these big boys off the grill. And we're going to let them rest so those wonderful steaky juices mix back all up in the meats and whatnot. And we'll wait 5 minutes. You ready? Let's go. Alright, so while we're waiting for these wonderful yummy steaks to finish resting, I'm going to take a few minutes and clean this grill because it's fairly easy. You can see the dirty area where these things were cooking. There's not a lot of juice in here because we didn't have much of anything, so we got lots of room. Just gonna put a little water and watch out for that steam because you can burn yourself, I know. Turn down the heat because you only need it to be warm, but any little gristle or whatnot that's sticking to the grill will loosen up here after a couple of seconds. And then you just gotta take this fancy old napkin and just push stuff toward the middle. It's that simple. And it may not be perfect first time around, but I don't care. I just need to get this done. I don't like sitting my stuff because I get lazy with cleaning, I admit. But give it a simple cleaning like this. It'll make it easier next time I use it. And push it toward the center. This is fun one-handed and also recording with a cell phone, trying not to burn myself. I don't recommend that to the kids at home. But that's what you end up with. Throw that away because it starts getting hot. You got some more napkins for me? Okay, while these things have been resting, we got our grill mostly clean. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. Not while I'm getting ready to eat. Be mindful of how much your thing here, your drip tray fills up. But these things have rested for about 5 minutes. We're going to take them over to the nice table over there, maybe let them rest a couple of more minutes, get our drinks and whatnot, and then we're going to eat these bad boys. Okay, these steaks have rested. We got this nice little table set, so it is time to eat these bad boys. And there's still some juice down there in the plate, but it's not going to soak it all up like a sponge. These have only been turned once, haven't been cut or poked, but they are ready to go. Got a little sauce in case anybody wants it, but if it's good enough, you shouldn't need it. So we are going to take our steaks and get over here. Hold your plate up. Use our big monster tongs. Get over here so I don't drip. There you go. And now I'm going to get mine. Oops. It's hard to do one-handed. There we go. That looks lovely on a plate with some milk.
Or water.
And I'm cut into it and see how it looks. Alright, so let's make a little cut and see how these things turned out. See how they look. Let's take a little bit off the end there. Ooh, let me move your knife. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You can see a little bit of pink right there on the end. Alright. Now let's cut it a little bit further in toward the middle. Let's see how we did. Oh, that looks just about right. That's like the perfect pink that I like. What would you call this?
A little medium. A little medium rare, probably medium.
Okay. Well, I think that about says it all. So go ahead and take your bite. Let's see how we did.
I think this will laugh. Tastes pretty good.
Is it good without sauce?
Yeah.
Well, if you feel like you need it, you know where it is. Well, that just about does it, folks. That was the big New York strips on the George Foreman indoor grill indoors. And I'm going to eat.